Good morning, Dom. Can you see me? Hello? Hello?
Hello, can you
I'm
hear
on
me?
the stage. There's a video playing. How do I stop the intro? Oh, there it goes.
I got you, buddy.
Good morning.
Good morning, people.
Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday. Good morning, BroFit. Good morning, MP. A little bit of technical difficulties. I will blame that on our good friend, Mr. Ryan Turner, because he sent me some sort of link and I clicked on it. I'm just kidding. Um, that thing that he sent us yesterday, he was like, clear your browser history. So I cleared my browser history. And so my StreamYard credentials were all gone. So I'm like, 2 minutes before the show starts trying to refigure out how to log into StreamYard. So that's why I just emailed myself a guest link from my computer. And that's why I was as a guest. But yeah, we're here.
I also signed up for Ryan's Habit 24 app. I guess we're the guinea pigs, Dom.
Yeah.
But I did not clear my browser history, and now I'm wondering what hell on earth I'm in store for.
No, you don't need to do it if you got in. He just said if you couldn't get in, maybe there was a problem with the browser history. And like I couldn't get in, so then I cleared it.
Oh,
But at
okay.
least I didn't get 12 stitches yesterday. Jesus Christ, Dylan. Are you
Yeah, Dylan,
okay? What
story
happened?
time. Dylan, if you want to jump on and tell us in first person, I dropped the link in the parents' chat
Good morning, Mr.
on Twitter.
Feelgood. How are you doing? What is up? Just in time for Halloween. Yes, sir.
Is Dylan even on the parents' chat on X?
I don't know. Maybe, probably, sort of, kind of.
I don't know how
Uh,
to. I don't know how to invite people to the Twitter chat. Nor do I know what a replit
uh,
is.
you press the invite button and bring them in. Yes, Dylan's in there.
Okay, cool.
Um, how was teacher conference night?
Teacher conferences went nicely. Um, Monday, we talked a little bit about what we've been doing here every morning, how this is just kind of our little thing that gets us set for the day, and maybe some of the personal skills that have helped both of us in our 40s. And since we've been doing this for a year, one thing that I kind of was thinking about on the ride home is I think I'm just better at talking. Um, I felt like I was able, even though I had 3 Celsiuses yesterday, I'm still giving credit to us here. I think I just felt like I was a lot better at talking through like what we're doing,
Yeah,
like what the class is about to parents. I Every time a student went in, instead of me talking the whole time, I prefaced the conference with, "Hey, student, uh, explain to your parents what we do in here." So
nice.
um, I can kind of hear what their thoughts are about what we do, and then I'll tell them to like pick out a project to show their parents. Then I'll ask them to explain what they're doing. And it was interesting hearing different ways that different grades explained what project we were working on. Like what do they hear me saying that uh, they can explain to somebody else about what they're doing. So that was a cool little exercise, like giving the spotlight to the students, letting them be the main character, and I fall
Yeah.
back into NPC status, and just kind of letting them explain their thoughts. And I think that interested the parents a lot more than me talking at both of them
Yeah,
uh, around
for
dinner
sure.
time because it's dinner time. Everybody's hungry. Uh, um, like I left at like 8:30. Um, Positive experience. I got a lot done. Just things that I haven't had time to do like during school or at home for school stuff.
Does your
So,
school do any sort of like food at all?
this is my one gripe about this, Tom. My I've been this is the third school I've been at before, and our area has a fairly beefy Hispanic community,
Hmm.
and one thing that was the best about parent teacher conferences was usually dinners were put together by by families. And one of the nights was always like a Mexican feast buffet, and it was all of the best Mexican food, homemade by like mothers,
Wow.
grandmothers, uh, the best tamales I've ever had. Like I've never. It's like like I don't know if you've ever bought tamales, but like the best place to buy them is from like an old lady in a supermarket parking lot. I don't know if that's a thing by you.
Not in a supermarket parking lot, but I I too live in an area with a heavy Hispanic population, so I've ran into my fair share of ridiculously delicious homemade tamales and uh and food given to me.
Yeah. So that's what dinner was here. At my other two schools here, this is my only complaint about the school I'm at, and this is my only complaint is that like we kind of have to like pool money together, and we're like if we want to participate in the dinner from like Papa John's or a pizza place or a
Mm.
Jersey Mike's sub place, it's like we toss in some money for it, and I'm like, I'd rather just bring dinner instead of like paying for it.
Yeah.
So we kind of miss out on like a big homemade feast. We do have like really good involved parents though. Like everything else, like our parents are awesome. Like they're volunteers, they sub. Um, I'm very familiar.
I would think it would be like a weird liability that the school would have of like having people bring in food and like how that would
Um,
work. That's really cool that you had that in schools. Like I've never experienced that. In most of the cases, from what I recall, in the old schools the girls were at, they did nothing. Um, COVID obviously mixed things up a little bit and got a little bit more of these parent teacher conferences on the phone and Zoom rather than in person, or like a 50-50 mix. And then the schools we're at now, the middle school for sure, they bring in like a couple of food trucks into the quad, and
oh
there's like a time frame in between like the principal's like spiel and like the classroom visits. I think that's back to school night. I take that back. That's back to school night.
yeah.
That's not teacher conferences.
You might have a good point with like the liability thing, but I mean, like teachers will we have a pretty good one teacher puts together like a break room food list
Yeah.
where like somebody brings in a snack for lunch, like a lunchy, semi-healthy snack. I never have time to participate, so I try not to take any food.
Yeah.
Yeah, Paul, that sounds awesome. Food stations. I've been to schools where there's like international food night. I started making crepes when I was student teaching. I was at my high school, and like the French club was
Mm.
making crepes, and it was like really good. It was also student teaching and not making money, so it was like one of the few like actual meals I had that wasn't ramen. Um, so and either anyway, yeah, good night. Then we get to do it again tomorrow night. So
Dope.
not too bad. Kristen did all the practices yesterday. Little intro to today with a little situation. Before I get to that, Dom, where are we floating today? I'm like 7.5. I'm drinking coffee, not Celsius. Meant to go to the gym today, didn't. Just went to go get gas and coffee.
Well, I woke up at like 2:30 because I had to use the restroom because I had a really long and rough day yesterday. And so by the time I got home to the in-laws house, I took a shower because I was very dirty, and I slammed 3 beers as fast as I could and then went to bed. And so of course that made me need to use the restroom at 2:30 a.m. And I couldn't fall back to sleep. So I just came to work. So I've been working for the last 3 hours waiting for this moment.
How
I'm
how
feeling
did
really good actually.
Okay, well, good. I'm glad you feel good. How did you log those 3 beers into the Habit 24 app by Ryan Turner?
Well, that starts today, not yesterday. So that was like my last hurrah before I take Ryan Turner down.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I hope this really works out for Ryan. I think it's a great idea. I could definitely use some more accountability as far as food. Not necessarily the quality of food, more like just like consistent good food. My last
Yeah.
fix was I got home last night, did some like revenge TV watching, and had 2 gigantic bowls of Fruit Loops. That was mine, and,
Did you say revenge TV watching? What is that? Explain that.
revenge TV it's so I think we talked about it before, like revenge procrastination. Like, ideally, best like 10 out of 10 me would have come home, gotten home at 8:45 and immediately gone to bed. But, like, revenge procrastination is like, "Okay, I spend all day doing things for other people. I'm staying up, damn it, and I'm doing something that just lets me zone out for a bit." So, fell asleep on the couch. I think I woke up with sweats from the cereal. Like, I had 2 bowls and, like, it was like I immediately woke up. I turned on Idiocracy. I haven't seen that in a while.
Oh yeah.
The Netflix feed is like all like old movies, which is cool, but it's like this is all just distraction. So I woke up at like 1:30 in the morning. And it's like I was like sweating. I was on the couch. I was still in my clothes. It was like one of those like what am I doing with my life? And I just threw the blanket off and went to bed. And also didn't sleep because our 6-year-old Hazel jumped into bed with us twice and like whacked me in my head with her cast. So,
Oh damn.
so I
Yeah.
also did not sleep very well. Um,
Life should be good, but not easy, bro.
yeah, it's not easy. Um, and my little intro to this is I put a little question in the little social media feed today. Was what's a situation, a struggle that you went through as a kid that made you the adult that you are today? And my little anecdote is when I was about Kira's age, 11, 12, I was playing baseball and soccer, and I was good. I was decent. I was good at both of them. And there were a lot of overlaps with games on weekends, um, to the point where I remember feeling panicked about what sport to play. And my
Mm.
parents gave me, and in hindsight, I think this is what they were doing. They were letting me make my own decisions. I would like one coach would call me and be like, "Hey, are you playing today?" And then the other coach would call me, and 12-year-old me was like, "I don't know what to do." And I didn't really ask my parents what to do, but I'm pretty sure my parents asked me something along the lines of, "Well, you do what you want." And I think me at that point took that as, "Oh, this is a loaded question." So it was that was a struggle for me because I felt like I was disappointing people, and that's something that kind of something I had to grow out of was like people pleasing.
Mhm.
Um, you can't make everybody happy all at the same time. And I don't remember what my decision was, but I just remember it was, like, just really stressful because there were expectations put on me that I hadn't had before, and I didn't know what to do. And my 10-year-old Junie started playing soccer this year. She's on a team with a lot of girls, like a bigger team. It's like a 9v9 league. And one of Kira's coaches, who also coaches teams, asked if Junie would like to come play with them because it's a smaller team. He's been coaching for a while. Great guy. I played his team when Kira was 6 or 7. I was still learning how to play soccer, and this guy's name's Billy. I remember playing him and his team. We were just playing 3-on-3, and his 3 kids were doing like these passing triangles around my team and just like demolished us at 7 years old. But great guy, dad of daughters. I think he might have a son. So Junie's kind of in the same predicament as me, where it's like, she has an opportunity to play with a team where she might get some really good, like more individual, more structured coaching, but she's also struggling with, she's already committed to a team, and she feels a little bit stressy about like the commitment part to a team. And I don't want, I because I went through that, I'm like, okay, maybe she needs a little bit of guidance through this instead of like us, like just asking her what she wants to do.
Yeah.
So that's kind of, I don't have an answer right now for it, but that's kind of where we're struggling with right now. Not even a struggle. It's a good life lesson in doing hard things.
Gotcha. Let's see. Got some questions here. Yes, I got 2 hard pick shirts, one for me and one for my daughter. You don't have to log your cereal. Ryan Turner's Habit 24, you only log your proteins, your fruits, and your vegetables. You can eat whatever else you want as long as you get to 24 ounces of protein and 24 ounces of fruits slash vegetables. And then you can just freaking eat cereal all night long if you want. You just gotta hit those first things. Um, as far as like something that I can think of from my past, I have a baseball story too. Back when I was a kid, I think in like it was either T-ball or just right after T-ball. Um, I was left-handed, and then after like my first or second year, one of the coaches switched me to right-handed, and I don't know why, but I heard back then that was a thing. Like for instance, I'm left-handed, but I write right-handed because early when I was first learning, the teachers just didn't want to teach lefties. Lefties weren't normal back when I was a kid. Whereas nowadays they're like, I feel like people raise people to be left-handed, especially in sports. So I was switched in school for writing, and then a coach attempted to switch me in baseball right-handed, so I can actually throw and catch with both hands and hit on both sides. But I switched back the next year, so I don't remember exactly how that decision went. But I look at it right now as like a lesson in adaptability, a lesson in the malleableness, if that's a word, of children, like
Malleability.
malleability. Okay, there we go. I knew it was something. Um, Word of the day, big word of the day. And then the next one was what I would probably have to say from childhood is like my mom was a single parent and she had to work. And for the most part during my childhood, she'd be like an 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. work. So we'd get out of school at 3 and we just kind of had to fend for ourselves, a little bit. For a while, we had babysitters that would come over. Um, but we didn't like babysitters. We were bad kids, like straight up Dennis the Menace stuff to the babysitters until they left. And then we, were alone. F me, that's a lot of chicken. I think you could get your protein in other ways. But yeah, if you wanted to, you could just eat 24 ounces of chicken. That's 3 meals of 8 ounces. So, um, yeah, it is tough. When I was doing it with Ryan for the Habit 24 thing, it was pretty tough, and I kept telling him, I'm like, "Dude, I am so full all the time. I don't even have time. I don't even have, like, the stomach capacity for anything that I actually enjoy." I'm like, where's the room for snacks? Where
Where's
do
the
I fit the beer? What
where's the joy?
where's the freaking Fruit Loops, bro? And
Um,
he's like, I don't care.
I will tell you, like I'd say there's been 2 times in the last 5, 6 years where like my uh, my nutrients were on point. And I was tracking them. I think I was using my Fitness Pal or something like that. Something I had to pay for. But like when you do nail everything, you do feel much better. Like it's kind of crazy. Just like little pains go away. You're sleeping better. You're just like more calm by default.
Yeah,
Why does it have to be so hard to eat?
it's
Uh,
super difficult. Like I've been off my little like checklist of like, stuff that I want to hit every day for a little bit now. Like I think ever since Hawaii, I've been kind of like floating in and out of it, and I can already like I can feel it too. Like I can feel like I'm not quite there uh all the way. Things kind of drain, like work stuff and like family stuff kind of drains me a little bit more than I want it to,
mhm,
because I'm just not like fully on point.
yeah.
If I get those
Dylan,
abs, I'm in, right? Yeah,
yeah,
that's
well,
what Ryan promises. Ryan
the
has a money back guarantee. If you don't have abs like him after 30 days, he will refund you.
yeah. In fact, the background of the app as you scroll, it's just Ryan's abs. That's all it is. It's kind of
So when
easier.
you're like when you log in your protein, you're just clicking his abs.
Yeah. Also, like these muscles, those,
It points down to his social media.
yeah, down to his this
Oh man.
system, you know. Um, so yeah, back to the struggle. Really good. It's a good good teacher point too. There's been plenty of times where students are genuinely struggling or just kind of being lazy, and just for the sake of time, it's like I'll just be like, hey, do this, and this, and
Yeah.
like I'll end up just kind of like doing things for them, like kind of like little skill based things. You scratching. Used to do it more. Now I'm better at like just letting them kind of fumble through it, because that's all part of their process. Because there's always students that can do those things, so I can always kind of reference the students who kind of get it as like an
Hmm.
example. And then another thing that I probably do as far as like bubble wrapping students is over explaining. I think that's something that I probably do a lot, especially like I feel like I have really good slides for projects that students can look up on the screen or go into their school learning management system to read. But
Hmm.
sometimes I think I put too much information on there. Like you're giving too much information, not enough space for them to translate the the objective or the directions. Um,
You should drop that prompt into Chat GPT.
I have. In fact, a lot of my work yesterday was I was just kind of going through my slideshows and like prepping them for the next time I have these classes. So
Hmm.
they're easier to find, just kind of making the directions more concise. It was a really good exercise in using AI. It's like I've already written all the stuff. So like I made some like presentation posters for work that's out in the hallways for parents.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, it probably looks better than anything else I ever made as far as like project explanation. I even put in like standards based connections in there. Made me look really professional. I mean, I'm professional on the inside, but uh,
Nice.
yeah, it was a good little exercise. So, um,
So do we feel, how do you feel about your parenting and your kids in reference to their life being good but not easy?
that's what I spent most of this morning thinking about. And I was trying to think about, I was going more towards what are the times that I feel like I might be making things easy. Nothing really jumps out. I'm not saying that like I'm nailing all of this. Um, I guess the first thing that comes to mind is food. Food is a contentious subject for many parents.
Hmm.
One thing that we might do that maybe just kind of makes things just to make like nights go down easier is making three separate dinners for three separate kids when
Yeah.
they don't like what the others make. So it's like, okay, well, what do you want? Do you want chicken nuggets? Or do you want something else that's fried?
Is that your voice?
Something like that. Um,
This is like you're sarcastic, like, I'm trying to be nice but not yell at you.
yeah,
I'm boiling inside.
I'm really trying to be good here so you don't starve. I would say that's it, where it's like, custom making dinners, not making them feel the hunger where it's just like, okay, I'm hungry, I'll eat whatever's made. Like
Yeah.
I think that's a skill, especially as an adult with kids, where it's like, I don't care what's in the fridge. I don't care how old it is. I'm hungry. I'll eat it. Like,
Hmm.
those kind of things, just being open. It's not going to be your favorite meal all the time. That's something, I guess. I mean, I think we're good at like, um, I'm not blaming Kristen here. Hopefully she's not listening.
I was gonna
Uh,
say, be careful.
I have to choose my words correctly here. Um, Clothes and shoes.
Oh,
Kristen,
like
Kristen
cleaning
has.
up.
I'm gonna say this in the best way possible. Kristen has good fashion sense. My daughters have learned good fashion sense from my wife. Fashion sense sometimes takes money. So, so one of the things is like I got into the habit uh, using thrift stores starting in college. Like if I need clothes, I'm just gonna go find some cheap clothes because I'll keep clothes. Not always being like, oh, we need something new. Um, but like Kristen does a good job of like making sure their clothes fit, making sure that they're relatively stylish with the times.
Yeah.
So I guess that's one. And I'm trying really hard to make sure that my girls know what being good with money is. One thing I don't ever want to do, but I'm a teacher, so this is probably impossible, is I don't want my kids to just think that money comes from anywhere, right? It's like you
Hmm.
gotta earn money if you want things, you got to get a job. I didn't really start working until high school. Like Kristen, I think got her first job in like middle school at a farm. Um, and it's not like my parents didn't just they didn't like just throw money at me. It's like I didn't starve. I had clothes. Um, that's one thing I don't ever want to do is just give them this expectation of money just being everywhere. Like letting know what like this is how me and mom budget. This is where me and mom struggle with money. That's something that I hope that I can impart on them before they get into high school and the struggles that come with that, managing it.
Yeah. I feel. I feel I'm on the same page with all that stuff. I feel most people would be too. Um, Another one for me is like just like the random little hurdles that just happen in day-to-day life where, like you said with your students, like sometimes it's just easier uh to do the thing for your kids versus let them struggle, let them figure it out, and let them fix it themselves. Like one of the things that comes to mind that's like kind of sometimes drives me up the wall is like device chargers that
Oh
like
God.
where it's like, yeah, like even like when my wife first like when I first accidentally made a huge mistake and got my wife into Whatnot, she like ordered like 50 iPhone chargers and they're just like all around the house now. But like we still have this time where like the kids are fighting over the one charger on the couch. And I'm like, guys, there's like chargers everywhere. Like, can you just figure it out? And then, I can only last so long before I get up, grab three chargers, put them on three different outlets, grab their devices, plug them all in, and say, now your shit's charged. Whereas like I should just let them struggle, figure it out, fight, whatever. Fighting's another thing. Like arguing and fighting is another thing where I think like today's parenting is a lot different, where just like I don't know what it is. It's like the tone or just like hearing your kids fight with each other just like sparks that like I have to go fix this. I have to go mediate. I have to stop this. I have to whatever. Whereas, when I was a kid, it was a different story. Um, I don't know the fix to that because like I don't want them to fight. I don't want them to like hate each other, hit each other, do anything like that. We have 37 chargers and I can't find any. Yeah.
Yeah. And when you find one of the ends is not the correct end for whatever you're trying to charge or plug into. Yeah, fights. That's I think that's where you let the struggle happen. I guess. Um, that's the hardest thing to let go is like when you hear your kids fighting and it's not productive. It's like they're not like
Hmm.
talking to each other nice. They're screaming, there's crying.
It's escalating. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like at what point do you let it go? And at some point, I'm sure there's a moment where it's like, okay, this might be like a really bad core memory, where it's like they'll grow up and then they're 44 years old and like my sister was the worst because this one time that my parents didn't step in. Um,
Yeah.
and then yeah, chargers, dude, that is like trying to find a comparison to what's something that
It's
we had
so
around the house. They're just
Yeah,
every
the other thing with my house is like shoes. But
shoe.
I've just started those are the little battles that I've just started to do my best at, just like seeing it, biting my tongue, and either leaving it and telling myself it doesn't need to bother me, or just picking them up and putting them where I think they should go.
Yeah. I don't know. I have so many ideas. I have so many thoughts on
Mhm.
wires, what to do with them. We have them in bags. We have them in junk drawers, couch cushions, underneath
Same
the
here, Doctor Feelgood. My 12-year-old girl and my 6-year-old boy, same thing.
yeah. It's never all three. It's always two, and it's like they take turns going
Especially
back.
if you only have two.
Yeah. Yeah. Um,
But yes,
all right. I have to make a hard pivot and leave.
no
So
worries, dude.
I gotta go get dressed
We
and all
all
that
we
shit.
we all gotta go. We all should go. But thank you everybody for showing up, hanging out with us. Happy Wednesday. Enjoy your day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. Appreciate you, buddy.
Enjoy your day, everybody. Love you, Dom.
Later, homie. Love you too. Can't hear the music. You know music, anybody? Let's see. Music's not coming through. Anybody hear the music? What the hell? Hopefully, y'all hear the music.